The first message came at 2:14 a.m., then another, then 20 more, all from my wife, then my daughter, then her fiancé. "Dad, please pick up. It's serious. You need to come back. Please, just answer." The phone lit up on the nightstand like a warning flare, flashing against the dark walls of the hotel room. The same walls that had heard nothing but silence for 3 days. I let it ring. The sea outside pressed against the glass balcony door, rhythmic, indifferent. The kind of sound that makes you realize how small your pain is, until it swallows you whole. I had come here to forget, but now they were asking me to remember. It started 3 months ago, a simple conversation over dinner, one that split my life neatly in two. I asked about the wedding, the date, the guest list. And my wife, without looking up from her phone, said the words that have lived in my skull ever since. "You're overreacting. It's just a wedding." Just a wedding. My daughter's wedding. The same daughter whose first steps I recorded, whose scraped knees I patched, whose nightmares I silenced with a hand through her hair. She didn't invite me, didn't even tell me. When I asked why, my wife said it was complicated. When I pressed, my daughter said it was for the best. I wanted to believe there was some mistake, some hidden kindness buried in the cruelty. So I smiled, I nodded, and that night I booked a flight out of the country for the day of the ceremony. They said I was being dramatic. Maybe I was. But even then I knew this wasn't about a wedding. This was about erasure, about being written out of the story I helped create. The truth has a scent. You start noticing it once your emotions die down, like smoke after a fire. It began with the photos. Family gatherings I wasn't in. Smiles that looked too curated. Then the name, Daniel, appearing too often in my wife's phone. Her coworker, her old friend, the one who offered to help with the wedding planning. Every message was polite, every emoji harmless, but I could feel it, the subtext humming beneath their words. So I observed, quietly. I remembered details, her perfume changing, her phone always face down, her sudden laughter at texts that weren't important. And my daughter, distant, hesitant, almost rehearsed when she spoke to me, like she was keeping someone else's secret. I requested a copy of the wedding announcement from the venue, a polite email, nothing more. 2 days later, it arrived. The father of the bride section read, "Daniel Carter, not me." Not even a mention. I reread the line until the words blurred, until the letters started to crawl across the screen. Then I felt it, that still, terrifying calm that comes right before understanding. I didn't confront anyone. I didn't scream. I booked the trip and waited. The truth came wrapped in ceremony. Photos began circulating online before the night was over. My daughter, glowing in white. My wife beside her, beaming. And him, Daniel. His hand was on my daughter's shoulder in every picture. Too familiar, too possessive. It wasn't the hand of a father figure. It was the hand of someone who had claimed what wasn't his. A friend of the family uploaded a video. The camera panned across the altar, across the guests, then landed on the officiant's words. And a special thanks to Daniel Carter, who has been there for Emily as the father she never had. The father she never had. I stared at the screen for a long time, long enough for my reflection to stare back. There it was. Confirmation. My wife's affair hadn't just replaced me, it had rewritten me. I didn't return their calls, not until the 3rd day. By then, they were desperate. My wife's voice trembled through the speaker. "It's bad, Mark. Really bad." I said nothing. Daniel collapsed at the reception. The doctors said it was his heart. He's gone. Silence stretched between us, raw, uneven. "You're not saying anything," she whispered. "Don't you care?" I inhaled slowly. The sea wind brushed my face like an absolution. "I cared," I said. once. Please don't do this. I didn't do anything. And that was the truth. I hadn't lifted a finger. But guilt has a gravity of its own. It drags the liars down eventually. Before hanging up, I told her something she never expected to hear. I saw the pictures, I said. You both looked happy. Then I ended the call. Calm, certain. And for the first time in years, I felt in control. They said he died suddenly. Stress, exhaustion, maybe alcohol. My wife stopped posting pictures. My daughter tried calling again. I let them. But I never answered. Instead, I watched the ocean each morning, the horizon sharp and endless. I imagined them staring into their empty house. The silence that must feel heavier now, without a scapegoat to blame. In the end, I didn't need revenge. I just needed absence. My absence. The thing they dismissed, they now crave. The man they erased, they can't unwrite. I deleted the messages, the photos, the past. And when the phone buzzed one last time, I turned it face down on the table, just like she used to. Let it ring. Some stories don't end with forgiveness. They end with peace. Cold, quiet peace. They buried him on the day I came home, but in truth, they'd buried me long before.